Hey, I'm Ming Tsai, chef owner of Blue Ginger. Welcome to my restaurant. Growing up with my son with food allergies, the biggest challenge for us was traveling. When he had those 7 allergies, which is literally everything, we would travel with rice milk, rice noodles. I would have ground lamb. And again, I'm a chef, so it's a little easier for me, but I would set up my little burner in the bathrooms of these hotels and I'd be cooking in them. And the maid would be like, "Are you cooking?" I'm like, "No, there's lamb everywhere in the mirror." And, "Oh, I'm not cooking." And so it was a pain in the rear. But that was the only way we could guarantee the food is going to be safe. Because you stop at these diners and cafeterias and you're traveling on the road, you just don't know. And you know, it's not, when it's life and death, you'll do anything to assure, especially if it's your kids. It's really by training your staff that you can't reuse that spoon, you can't reuse that tongs, you have to start fresh. It can't just be rinsed with water. I mean, when we say burn a wok, we actually take our wok on an 80,000 BTU burner and we put it on until it turns red molten. It's burnt, nothing, everything on it is carbonized. Then we take a clean cloth and kosher salt and rub the daylights out of it so all the black stuff comes off. It's a clean wok down to the molecular level. There's nothing left, it all got burned off. It sounds like a lot, but once you start doing it, it becomes second nature. As a side note, you'll see a lot of crying mothers, in the good sense. I mean, I've seen 20 or 30 crying mothers because they're so happy to see their son or daughter eating at a normal restaurant. They haven't done it for 6 or 7 years. And I think that's just absurd. I mean, I grew up eating at restaurants. I'm thinking of, if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be who I am now. And that's really part of growing up. And I think every child and every adult needs to be able to eat safely. So a couple of the things we do here. There's this poster I developed with FAN, the Food Allergy Anaphylaxis Network. This is actually part of the law that we passed in Massachusetts that Deval Patrick signed it a few months ago. We have this in English, we have it in Spanish, and we're trying to get it in Portuguese as well, because here in Massachusetts we have tons from Brazil. This is posted, mandated to be posted in your kitchen, in your prep area, in every restaurant. It's really, in the last 5 years, it's been on national coverage, be it TV and things like this. It's really helping the cause. And the scary thing is, like cancer, no one has a cure. No one understands it. We are doing lots of research. Children's obviously leading the charge on finding a cure, but it's going to take many, many years. And the unfortunate thing is that food allergies are like this. They're on the rise. I mean, when I was in school, which is a long time ago, one kid maybe had a nut allergy, maybe one kid. And my son in 2nd grade, when he started, 4 out of 12 had nut allergies, or some sort of allergy, celiac or nut. 4 out of 12, that's crazy. I think it's imperative that you get your kid, one, wear the bracelet, you have to do that. Always have EpiPens. He carries his own EpiPens now that he's 9. I mean, at 4 he didn't, but now he's 9 he does. But as the earliest age you possibly can, they need to know their own allergies. Because even his grandparents, just not thinking, "Oh, here, have a bran muffin." And it's just, if they're not living it every day, even the people that love them to death will forget. You know, we go to the Chinese banquet, there's peanuts all over the table. I'm like, "Mom, Dad, oh God, I'm so sorry." And they love my kids to death, but it's not in their normal, their normal life. So you have to always remind and re-remind. Because you have babysitters, you have nannies, and you have grandparents that come in, they need to be able to safely go into the right drawer and give food that way. So I think, and wash. I mean, just like you just broke down a raw chicken and you have chicken juice everywhere, what do? That's what you have to think about with allergens, and especially those top 8. There's more than those top 8, but those top 8 make up for 90% of the food allergies. So think about the chicken juice and you'll be fine.